Hi, I'm Lesley Fightmaster for Poppy and Seed, and today's video is going to be a prenatal video. So, hi mamas. If you have some pillows or blankets, something soft, go run and get something, hit pause and come right back. We're going to set up these blankets or pillows or whatever you have so that you can lie back on them. I also have a yoga strap. And if you have a yoga strap, grab it. It's not necessary, but if you have it, definitely get it because it feels really nice. So we're going to set up the pillows or blankets, whatever you have, so that you can lean back onto the pillows and then you have some support behind you as well. Because no matter how far into your pregnancy you are, if you're early on in the pregnancy, of course, you could lie flat on your back. But if you're in your second or third trimester, you don't want to lie flat on your back. You want to be a little bit elevated. So we have this to elevate. If you are in your first trimester and you want to lie on your back, it's fine. You don't have to get the pillows. But it feels good, so I would get them. So I'm going to lean right back against the pillows with my hips right up against them. I'm going to take my strap, if you have one, and I put it all the way on top. And then soles of feet together, knees apart. This is called Baddha Konasana, or it means bound angle. And then I take the strap and put it right to the base of my spine. And then I lean back. And I can stay right here. Or if I want a little deeper stretch here, I'll pull this a little bit tighter. And I like that, but you don't have to do it. But I like a little bit tighter. And then make sure this is still on the low back. Lie down. Oh, it's like heaven. I could do this all day long. So as you're here, just close your eyes and take a few long breaths. Now, as you lie down, you might find that if you're in your second or third trimester, that your baby starts to move. Because a lot of times when mommy rests a little bit, baby starts to move around. So if that's happening, take some time, just put your hands on your belly and give a little circular motion on the belly. Feels really nice. It helps to relax mom and baby. If you're having a long day or you've had a long day, this is a wonderful pose to come into. When I teach prenatal yoga classes, we always start this way and we stay in this pose for a good 10 minutes. So we're not going to stay a whole 10 minutes today, but it's just something to keep in mind that it feels really, really good. So we're just going to take a few long breaths here. Every time you inhale, just breathing in positivity, joy and happiness, and every exhale, releasing any negativity, any stress, or any worry. Everything is exactly fine, wonderful, and great in this moment. Take just a few more long breaths. If you feel any tension around your shoulders or your jaw or your neck, just allow that to release. Let the shoulder blades draw away from your ears. Let your jaw soften. Allow your hips to relax. And then from here, with as little disturbance as you can, just try and get the strap off of your feet. And then cross your right shin in front of your left shin for a few breaths. And then switch, left shin in front of right shin. And then from here, we're going to roll off to one side. Now normally we usually roll off to the right side, because when we're on the right side, then our organs are sort of on the bottom and they're not, they're on the top and they're not getting squished. But since you have a baby, you want to roll off to the left side so baby doesn't get a little bit squished. So feet on the floor, shift your hips to the right, roll to the left, carefully off of your blankets or your towels, whatever you're using. And then with your right hand, press yourself up slowly. So this practice can be done anytime during your pregnancy. However, if you decide that you would like to continue regular yoga practice, not prenatal necessarily, which you can do if you've had a practice previously, I'm going to go over a few things that you can that you'll want to incorporate so that you can modify your practice. And I got to take this over my head because I can't get it done. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and then I'll move my pillows out of the way, and we'll come on to the hands and knees. Now, if you have any discomfort in your knees, you take one of your pillows or your blankets, and you can put your knees on it. I have a really thick yoga mat, so I don't need it, but just an option. Line up your wrists under your shoulders with your knees under your hips. And just pause here for a moment. So now the spine is neutral. When we have a baby in our bellies, a lot of times the lower back wants to really overarch. So we're going to watch that it's not overarching. So imagine that I'm standing right above you and I've got my hands right around your belly and just gently lifting so that we feel like we're being supported. And we're going to arch the back, but instead of dropping the belly down and arching that way, think about bringing your chest forward. So on your inhale, bring your chest forward through the gates of the arms and then lift your hips up. And then as you exhale, round your back, draw your chin in and pull your belly in and up. A little bit. Inhale, chest forward, lifting the chin and tailbone. Exhale and round your back. We'll just do a couple more of these. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, rounding the back. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Come to a neutral spine again. We'll take ourselves into child's pose. If you're in your second or especially third trimester, child's pose becomes a little less comfortable. So I'll show you a way to modify it. Take your knees a little bit wider, and then you'll rest your head, instead of on the floor, rest your head on your hands. And then from here, I'm going to reach the arms forward and come on back up, back into table position. From here in table, I'm going to take my hand, right hand, over to the left a little bit. I'm going to take the right foot and bring it forward. It might not make it, so I can always pick it up and put it forward, but then I want the knee over the ankle. The reason I don't have my hands on either side is because if your belly's right here, you want to put your belly on the inside of the thigh. And then we'll inhale and lengthen the spine and exhale here. If you feel like you want to take this stretch a little bit deeper, you're welcome to come onto your forearms, or if you have a block, forearms on a block. However, only go deeper if that's what your body's used to. Your body right now it's excreting a hormone called relaxin, and relaxin helps to get the body ready for delivery. So it actually will have your tendons and your fascia and your muscles and the connective tissue, basically all the connective tissue, stretches a lot more easily, which means that you can overstretch without realizing. So it's best to just go as deep as you normally would and not try to go deeper. Stay safe. Let's bring this right leg back to table. We'll walk the hands over toward the right side and bring the left foot forward. And then we'll sink the hips, making sure this knee doesn't go past this ankle. So again, you're welcome to stay here. If you have a block, you can even put your hands on top of the block so that you're not in the pose as deeply. Or if you're used to stretching, you could come down. I would only do that though if you're really, really flexible. This happened to me during my second pregnancy. I was just stretching without realizing I was going too far. And because you can't tell, you can't feel it. And I ended up having some sciatica problems as a result of it. So don't waste my pain. Don't try to go in deeper than you need to. And then we'll take that leg back. Now, downward facing dog. It's usually a fun pose, but when you're pregnant, it's a little bit harder if your belly is big, so we're not going to stay very long. But make sure that your wrists are in front of your shoulders and tuck your toes and lift your hips and make your way back. And then just bending one knee and the other. Bicycle the legs. And come onto the toes, stretch back, lengthen. And then we'll start to walk the hands toward the feet and the feet toward the hands in a forward fold. Feet are hips distance apart. You can bend your knees as needed. If the legs can straighten, then shift the weight a little bit forward. Grab your opposite elbows. Gently rock side to side. And then let your arms hang back down. Bring the hands to the hips. Little bend in the knees. And come up with a long spine. So if you do want to practice regular yoga practices that are not the prenatal ones, a couple things to keep in mind. Keep your feet, instead of together, we always want to have the feet hips distance apart, because when you fold forward, you want to make room for your belly. So it's always about keeping the belly in mind and making space. Same as if you're sitting down and you're folding forward. If you get too warm, don't just breathe in and out through the nose. You can breathe through your mouth too, and that will help to cool you down, because you don't need to get too warm. So we're going to do a modified sun salutation. And again, this is okay for any stage of your pregnancy. However, if it's too much for you personally, then back off and rest in table or child's pose. So coming to the front of your mat, feet hips distance apart. Lift your chest. So this is also a good time to practice your posture, because as you get bigger here, your low back arches. So always practice lengthening the tailbone down and try and lift the hip points up a little bit so it doesn't overarch, because that'll hurt after a while, so we want to take care of it. As you inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, fold forward, hinging at your hips. As you inhale, come halfway up and lengthen. Then bend your knees and plant your palms and step one foot back. Take the knee down. Step the other foot back and come to table. And then inhale, bring the chest forward, lift the chin and tailbone like we did earlier. And exhale, either you'll come into child's pose resting your head, or if you have the energy that day, you'll come into downward facing dog, or a combination of both. Take a few breaths here. And then looking forward, bend the knees and step. So we don't really need to hop ever when we're pregnant. There's no jumping. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. And press down through the feet. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, Samastitihi. One more thing when you're practicing regular classes is twisting. The only kind of twisting that's safe during pregnancy is what's called an open twist, and I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to take a crescent pose, and you can just watch this part so you know the difference, or if you're comfortable doing crescent, you can join me here, but don't take the first twist. So a lot of times when we do crescent twist, we'll lean forward. This is my right leg. I hook my left arm across. Okay? I can't do this if I'm pregnant because there's no space. So instead, you would take your right arm on the inside of the right leg, lift the left arm up, or you could take this right hand to the floor or a block. And then that way you have plenty of space. Here, I'll show the other side. So making sure the knee is over the ankle, crescent pose. So watch again. Right arm across doesn't work because I'm compressing. So I take the left arm to the inside, reach the right arm up, or for a little more stability, left hand to the floor, or if I have a yoga block, I can put it on the block. And then from here, let's come right back down onto the knees and sit. I'm going to do one more pose. Upavista Konasana. This is a very nice pose for pregnancy. So the toes and the knees point up toward the ceiling. Bring your hands behind your back and sit up nice and tall. You might already feel a really nice stretch here, and if that's the case, stay. Otherwise, if you want to come a little bit further, you can start to walk your hands forward, any amount. But remember, don't need to go past where you normally would. I like to do this one when I watch TV. Okay, I just admitted I watch TV. And then we'll inhale and make our way back up. And then take the legs together. And when you take Shavasana, it's important to rest on your left side. You don't want to lie flat on your back because that's too much pressure on the main nerve in your body. So I would say grab a pillow or two, like one pillow under the head and one between the knees. And then you'll come right onto your left side. You can take one arm underneath the pillow and lie down. And then this will be your Shavasana, whether you're taking a prenatal class or if you're taking a regular class. You can hear that? So we'll just stay for a few rounds of breath as we relax. And again, just connecting with baby. Baby might be moving again. So I would encourage you to lengthen out your Shavasana. But for today, you're welcome to stay lying down and just listening or make your way back up. So we close our class. Thank you so much for joining me today, mommies. And good luck with everything. It's a wonderful experience. I have 2 boys. I can't even believe they're 8 and 10 now. But thank you so much again for joining me. I'm Lesley Fightmaster for Poppy and Seed. And you can see more of my classes at fightmasteryoga.com. Namaste.